Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Techno Minute. Today we'll be taking a look at the Amazfit Bip. Now here's one of those products that looks remarkably similar to an Apple Watch. Some might call it an Apple Watch clone. The question remains, will it be able to stack up to the level of quality that Apple produces? Let's find out. Shout out to Amazfit for sending me this watch and making this review possible. Now I was pleasantly surprised by the amount of quality that the unboxing experience gave. It was simple, minimalistic, and just screamed Apple-esque. Upon first glance, nothing appears to be in the rest of the box. However, if you take a look at the back of the watch, you can clearly see a Fitbit-looking charger as well as a manual inside that box. Alright, so the manual seems to be in Chinese, so I'm going to go ahead and take a look at a few words and see if I can decipher anything here. I'll be back in a moment. Alright guys, so I went ahead and learned a little bit of Chinese. I got my translator app, and I think I'm now ready to decipher what it's trying to say. If we take a look at the back of the paper, we can clearly see that it's in English, and I should have done that before I learned the Chinese. Oh well, let's move on. One of the really cool things about this device is the fact that it just looks so good. Even though it looks like an Apple Watch, its screen is always on, and it has multiple watch faces, and the battery claims that it can last for 45 days. Now, I'll talk about that a little bit later, but as of right now, it seems to be doing just fine. Now the charger is not magnetic, and it looks quite like a Fitbit charger, so you will have to clip it in. However, it works just as well. Alright, now let's talk about some details. If we flip the watch on its side, you can clearly see that there is a button that heavily resembles the Apple Watch digital crown. On the back of the watch, there is a heart rate monitor, and on the front, there is a 1.28 transflective color display. Now, one of the really cool things about this watch is that it has an IP68 rating. This means it is waterproof and dustproof up to 30 meters. Alright, now you've heard me mention the Apple Watch. Let's actually take a look at both watches side by side. As you can see, they're incredibly similar. They both have rounded displays and a button on the side. Now the Amazfit appears to be a bit thinner. This is probably due to the fact that the Apple Watch has more hardware and internals than the Amazfit does. If we look towards the back of the devices, you can clearly see both heart rate monitors. However, the monitor on the Amazfit is much smaller. Now although these watches look incredibly similar, the biggest difference lies in the software. Whereas the Apple Watch runs watchOS, the Amazfit seems to be running a custom firmware. The software is simple yet primitive. However, it does the job just fine. It receives text and notifications, has a GPS, and it can track your sleep and workouts perfectly. This being said, it lacks a few features such as music control, text reply, and calling. It has a limited supply of watch faces. However, what the Amazfit lacks in these features, it makes up for in battery life. Now I've mentioned this before. Amazfit claims that the Bip can last up to 45 days on a single charge. And while I wasn't able to test this out completely, I used the watch for about 5 days, and the battery life had not yet dropped below 83%. I would say that's quite a feat, given most smartwatches can't even last a day, if at that. Now in order to track your sleep or download more watch faces, you're going to have to download the Mi Fit app by Xiaomi, and it's available for both iOS and Android. In the end, the Amazfit Bip is actually a great affordable smartwatch. It looks good, is waterproof and dustproof, receives notifications, and it tells time. It does everything you would want a smartwatch to do, and a little more. If you're on the fence about buying a smartwatch because of the price, consider the Amazfit Bip, because it's an affordable watch that packs a pretty good punch. Well, that seems to be it for this video. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more content. Comment down below. And until next time, peace.